You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Larry here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you may on Twitter the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Cryptid Crush. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel and get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. Alrighty, Alarm Chan. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, there we go. Swerving down the road, a jet black SUV decorated in streaks of white skids to a stop next to the party, a pair of red lights flashing. You're supposed to call an ambulance, not a funeral, coach. We can't afford to be picky. Out of the way! The driver door opens and a stark white raven flutters onto the scene, a huge muzzled cryptid dressed in a gray jumpsuit trailing close behind. Come on, get him in the cabin. Was that bird driving? We're short-staffed. Ah. The tall cryptid reaches into his jumpsuit and pulls out a pen and clipboard. Looks like he passed out from exhaustion. Huh, werewolves with their invincibility complex. We'll get him patched up. What about the police reports? Do cryptids have insurance? Who do I talk to about this? Humans. Furrowing his eyebrows, the larger cryptid brings a hand up and flicks the raven. Gwah! He'll be fine, I swear, after the coma. Maybe. Exhaling a gout of steam, the muzzled cryptid's hair bristles as he glares at the bird. Just kidding. Don't worry about any of that fluff. Werewolves are incredibly resilient. With a low growl, the larger cryptid holds the clipboard out to you, expecting you to sign the paper. It's some sort of waiver, a werewolf-specific one at that. Oh, what's this? A werewolf attack report. Oz here keeps track of sightings. Yeah, I don't know. Robin's not signing anything. Atlas huffs, handing the waiver back to the muzzled cryptid, who glowers down at the Mothman. You weren't bit, were you? No one got bit. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you guys can go now. Hey, bud, we're just doing our job. Let's go, Oz. With a nod and a flit of his wings, the raven swoops back to the ambulance. Scooping August's unconscious form up off the ground, Oz carries him away to the midnight cab. Maybe one of us should have stayed with August. Atlas watches as the SUV roars to life and veers away. You okay to drive? No, totally. Let me just rest my eyes. Standing up. We should get him home. In a blink, you're being carried to the back seat of your car by Jamie. With another, you're on the road as Atlas snoozes in the passenger seat and Jamie drives quietly. Nodding off in the back seat, you hold Taro in your arms and blink awake as you see the car slow to a stop in the parking lot. You stifle a yawn and carry your cat up the stairs, leading the three cryptids into your suite. Before fully succumbing to sleep, you look over the side of your bed. Atlas is on the floor of your bedside, resting on a couch cushion, mattress, and throw blanket. The lights flicker off, and you catch a glimpse of Jamie quietly closing your bedroom door. Lying on the bed of your childhood home, you grip the Polaroid camera in your hands. Tonight, you're finally going to catch that monster on tape. You scoot towards the window and peek through the blinds, angling your flashlight through the glass. The backyard is empty. Not even your neighbor's cat is outside yelling on the fence. With a sigh, you lower your camera and close your eyes. Maybe it was all a dream. You snap awake at the sound of knocking against your window, leaving you scrambling for your camera. Oh my gosh! Knock, knock! You fumble with the camera and yank the window blinds open, a pair of massive red eyes gazing back at you. You've never seen anything like this before. Now's your chance. Flash! You take the photo, leaving the creature squealing and tumbling from the window, blinded by the flash. Success! You silently fist pump the air and peer through the window, trying to see where the creature had gone. Sliding the window open, you hear a squeaky voice coming from the bushes below. Ow! Why'd you do that? You can talk? Yeah, I can talk. I'm not some sort of boogeyman. Why were you peeking through my window? You left your lights on. Are you scared of the dark or something? No way. The strange creature splays his wings and flutters back up to your window, resting against the windowsill. You should be more careful. Second, y'all. Water time. Ah! It does that sometimes, where it just fades in and fades out. Okay. Resting in the lamplight is a short, scruffy creature with inky feathers and a pair of antennae. He's wearing a loose t-shirt and goggles. One of his knees is all bandaged up. What are you? Oh, I'm Atlas. That's a silly name. Oh yeah? What's your name? Robin. Well, Robin, you're a weirdo. You're a talking bug. Unless you hadn't noticed, I'm a moth, not a bug. Is that why you keep knocking on my window? Yeah. Sorry about that. Moth vision. Maybe you keep the lights off next time. You never know what it might attract. Like what? Cryptids like me. Click. Atlas perks up, his feelers flicking to one side as his gaze shifts, glancing over your shoulder. He blinks. Look, I've gotta go. Hearing footsteps creaking towards your room, you look towards the door. Atlas? You glance back at the window to find the Mothman is gone. A low growl rumbles from the hallway, the door to your room creaking open as the sound of footsteps is replaced with a dragging, scraping noise. Huh? Slinking into the room is the outline of your mother's shadow, and instead of flicking on the lights and scolding you for staying up past bedtime, she lets out a wheeze and a twisted jumble of words leave her mouth. Lights out. Mom? You clutch the camera in your shaking hands and angle it up towards the shambling creature. The shadowy creature takes on a different, more nightmarish shape, a dozen blue eyes peeling open from its flesh. The shadowy creature growls and squeaks, trying to make out words you can't possibly understand. You've never seen anything like this before. Now's your chance. I'm scared. Mom? You clutch the camera in your shaking hands, angling it up towards the shambling creature. You can't take the photo. Your mind is splintering. You can't think or move. With one last breath, you slump to one side and your vision snaps to black. I'm sorry. You're woken by the sharp yell of Taro, who's staring you down with a scowl. Oh, for goodness sake! Taro! You were thrashing around in your sleep and nearly kicked me off the bed. Had an awful dream, and Atlas was in it. Yeesh, that does sound awful. Are nightmares a common thing with you? Not since I moved out. You're exhausted and more than grumpy this morning. No, you're exhausted and more than grumpy this morning. Well, I'm glad you're awake. Taro brings a paw to her chin and thinks for a moment. You can describe your dream while you fix me breakfast. You sure? It's a doozy. Rolling out of bed, you nearly step on Atlas, who's still asleep on the floor. What a lad sleep. Taro slowly floats toward the sleeping Atlas and bares her fangs, a twinkle in her eye. Let's pluck him. Let's not. You tiptoe around the Mothman and go about your usual routine, showering, getting dressed, all of that waking Atlas up somehow. Excuse me. So, about that dream you had. You describe the nightmare to little phantom cat as you pour yourself a bowl of cereal. Wow, that is bad. Nightmares are supposed to be about giant vacuums or eating dry cat food. Dry cat food? Yeah, it's brainless stuff, nothing too scary. You need something to ward off these bad dreams. Yeah, with a healthy diet and a regular sleeping schedule, I get it. Maybe I'm just stressed. No, silly. It sounds like your dreams are being invaded by an otherworldly force. Taro's gaze trails down and rests on your cell phone, laying on the counter. You think Madhouse is causing this? Perhaps. You tap your phone and the screen flickers green. Hey, I'm a little helpless ghosty guy. See? Suspicious. That's just my voice. If you're so sure, why were you sneaking around last night? Second help. That was you digging around the pantry. I'm incorporeal. You think a plastic container can keep me out? That explains my food budget. Are you sure this cat's a ghost? Because last I checked, ghosts don't eat. Have you ever tried? Plenty of times, but the pizza delivery guys never got past the barbed wire. Those eyes, Jesus. Almost like they'd get murder-lated. Mike and Taro glare at each other. So, we know it's not Madhouse. Hey, if you need a good luck charm to scare off bad vibes, I could lend you my hat. Oh, that's oddly sweet of you. Not this hat, but the real one. Still, I know it means a lot to you. Didn't you die wearing that hat? That doesn't make it any less lucky. No one's gonna rob a grave for your stinky hat. Are you kidding? I'm an urban legend. That hat's gotta be worth a fortune. Even more now that I'm dead. I'm certain any charm would do. Where would I find something like that? I mean, I have a lucky feather, but this seems a little more extreme. You're gonna need some big magic. There's plenty of chic boutiques around here, full of shiny rocks and candles. I'm certain they'll have something to ward off these bad dreams. Sounds like a solid excuse to go out. All that flowery junk is flake. If you want real magic, Edith's potion shop is just around the corner. She paid for an ad read once. Oh, like that sounds any better. It's worth a shot. Alright, we'll stop by Edith's. Sweet. What about Atlas? Psh, he'll be fine. Scooping up your keys and wallet, you stuff your things into your pockets and head out the door. Yeah, he'll be fine. Aw, Atlas is adorable! Chapter 1, The Leviathan Waltz. God, Atlas is so adorable. As you stroll down the sidewalk, you take in the sights of Long Hope's Main Street. Ornate lampposts and old maples dot the boulevard, leading you past buildings and shops. It's all surprisingly quaint, with a few cryptids chatting amongst themselves outside a cafe. One of them, a tall, fuzzy person, waves at you, but you quickly look away. Taro, you never told me Bigfoot was real. Trust me, the mystique wears off after a few days. This is life-changing! How's this the thing that leaves you starstruck? You talk to ghosts! You're pals with Mothman! A Mothman. You continue on your way, glancing at the map on your phone. Only 2 blocks to go until you hit the medical center. There's a buzz in your pocket, a text message popping onto your cell screen. It's a text message from Jamie. Hello, Robin. I hope things are faring well. Thank you for the lovely yet chaotic evening. I hardly slept a wink. I do find Taro rather prickly, but a friend of yours is a friend of mine. Maybe we could hang out sometime. I know someone who may be able to patch up your car. I certainly owe it to you. You start to text back, and bonk into a tall, grizzled cryptid carrying several stuffed bags of groceries on each arm, like some sort of power move. Sorry. Hey, you're that one guy, Oz, right? I'm getting major cannibal vibes from that mask. Biting problems? You can't say stuff like that. Oz leans over and tries to pet the ghost cat, but his hands are full. Ha! Determined, Oz shifts the groceries in his arms to free up one of his hands. He sets a bag down on the ground and scratches Taro's fuzzy face. Taro swats back with her claws and hisses. Taro, be nice! She doesn't normally scratch. This one's an exception. Scooping up his groceries, Oz scrunches his bushy eyebrows and squints, trying to force some semblance of a smile, but it looks off. Ha! Yeah. You really don't know what to say. Ah, shoot. Speaking of groceries, I've really got to meal prep. I've been living off coffee, peanut butter, and cereal all week. And now I've got to fix my car. How am I supposed to pay for that? Jamie says they know a guy, but can I really trust their judgment? Oz shrugs. I know he means well, but Atlas keeps leading me to dead ends. He just doesn't take this stuff seriously. Second, y'all. Water time. He poked a werewolf with a stick! You think August remembers what happened last night? Let's hope not. Thanks for listening, Oz. Seems like I've got a lot on the brain. I've never actually seen a cryptid like you before. I mean, moths and ghosts are pretty self-explanatory, but what are you? How's Oz supposed to answer that? Oz steps off the sidewalk into an empty lot. He grinds the heel of his boot into the ground and drags it through the dirt. It takes a moment before you realize he's spelling something. Howler. You think for a moment. You're a vampire? Excuse my dear here. Obviously you're a zombie werewolf. That doesn't make any sense. Oz lets out a hoarse wheeze and walks off. He seems nice. You followed Oz to the Hocus Health Center and Potions and enter to find an unexpectedly cozy atmosphere. As you walk through the shop, you admire the treasures and knickknacks decorating the stuffed shelves. Hello, anybody home? The front desk is empty and Oz is nowhere to be found. Where'd he go? Perhaps I can help. Hopping across the wood panel floor is a large, stark white raven. Edith is caring for another patient and left me in charge. Who's this pasty white morsel? The name's Thursday, at your service. God. Related to Wednesday, are you? I take it you're looking for the Wolfman. He's resting in the East Wing, through the breezeway. I'm certain he'd be happy to see you. August is here. There's no way you're ready for that conversation. Totally. Do you have any charms to ward off bad dreams? I've got a monster problem. Are you by chance referring to the three-eyed cat? I'm not a monster. Ah, well, don't fret, tall one. I'm certain Edith can craft the perfect charm for that. You go on ahead and I'll let her know what's up. And I'll stay here, where it's safe. Very safe. You go alone, trudging off to the next building. No big deal. You've talked to people before. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!